Danielle, do you jam out to the countdown timer?
It's not really my kind of music.
Oh, come on now. I mean, you got to have a little fun every now and then, Danielle.
I love a good country song, but that, repeat loop, it's not my jam. It's not my
Oh
jam.
my gosh. I mean, I was really getting into the repeat loop. I'm sorry to hear that. But you know what? I'm sure the team got that cue and maybe next lunch we'll mix in some country. Oh, look, we have a special guest. We have a special guest. She's
Okay.
home from school. She's hanging out. She just got back from a friend's house.
Living
Yeah.
life, no doubt.
All right. Well, what's up, everybody? We're excited to be back here with you guys. Yeah, go ahead. Madison's going to be communicating in the private chat with the team as we go here. There's some important messages to share. Hope you guys are having a great night. Welcome to all of our new sprinters and sprinters.
Oh, Kelly's gone. Welcome to all of our new sprinters and everyone who is a sprinter to be. So if you are just joining us, I'm going to give you a rundown of what we're doing today. But first, please say hello in the comments so I know you're here and I know what's up. I'd love to hear from you. Hey, Pamela, I see that.
That's what happens when your 8-year-old is in your StreamYard studio with you.
It's okay. I was just giving them a rundown of what's going to happen today, and we're going to get you in and out of here in an hour. So let me tell you what's going on. We are going to share with you a little bit about our sprint in just a moment, and then we have some amazing guests that are joining us today to share their story, and then we're diving into some more content. So if you've been with us since, when did this even start? Yes, it feels like a long time, but it's not a long time. It was yesterday. If you started with us yesterday, you are now on session 4. We did 2 yesterday. This is our second today. We're going to dive into some more content at the end of this session. So stick around because you don't want to miss that. Kelly, I'm going to pass it on to you before Madison kicks you out again.
Absolutely. Madison, are you going to let me hang on the live tonight for the rest of the time?
Can she stay?
Okay, I got permission from my boss. She said I can hang out as long as I want. So I think we're good. So yeah, welcome back, everybody. It's been an awesome 4 sessions so far. And a lot of the feedback that we're hearing from people is clarity. I feel like I can breathe. I feel like this is actually doable for me. We're hearing a lot of comments on, people from around the world saying, wow, the online world has felt so overwhelming, so stressful, so complicated. And I think we're finally getting the message across that, these fundamental foundations are simple, they're accessible to everyone, and they're actually very easy to implement when you're not stretched too thin. And I think a lot of people have the misconception that building a successful business online means never sleeping, working 24 hours a day, and compromising every other area of your life in order to grow online. And that's really not the case. But the problem is if you are reacting and responding and trying to chase every strategy and tactic that you're learning online, chances are you do feel that overwhelm. You do feel that pressure. You probably are waking up early, staying up late, and not really seeing the difference in your bank account. And we are going to change all of that together. So as Danielle mentioned already, we're going to share some stories, some transformation stories tonight. We also have key teaching that we want to do about the key ingredients to consistent revenue growth every single month, so you wake up with more in your bank account than you made the month before. But before we do that, before our special guests join us, Danielle and I want to give you just a quick A to Z overview of what is Sprint, who is it for, and what is the result that you are going to get. First of all, Sprint is a culmination of 10 years of us helping people to make millions of dollars online. After helping hundreds and hundreds of business owners go from stuck and struggling to million and multi-million dollar business owners, we have pinpointed the exact data points, the foundations, and the absolute essential ingredients to build your recurring revenue quickly and with ease. Quickly and with ease does not mean that you don't have to work hard. I do want to make that clarifying point because I'm a truth teller and I'm never, ever going to create the perception that you will not work hard in your business. Ease means that you understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how to do it so that you're not spending time and energy and mental load in fear, frustration, and overwhelm. Most business owners stay stuck more because of their mental and emotional state than because they don't know what to do. So we're going to work with you over a 90-day period on confidence, clarity, organization, and effectiveness of just a few essential foundations in your business. And the result is going to be, no matter where you're starting in your business, 2,000 a month, 3,000 a month, 5,000 a month, we're going to help you execute a realistic plan to get that over 20 and quickly. Okay. We want those business athletes that are serious about making a foundational leap in their business, that are going to graduate and ultimately come into legacy builders and legacy leaders. And as Danielle mentioned earlier, each of you are starting at a different stage and a different place in your business. Some of you are going to do multiple sprints. Some of you are going to do one sprint, and that's all you needed. All you needed was a quick unlock, 90 days, boom, you're off to the races. Some of you guys are earlier on in the process, and you're going to come in, you're going to build some foundations in 90 days. You're going to gain some new clients. You're going to get some traction, and then you're going to come back for more because you want to double those results and you want to keep building on the momentum that you've created to get to that next level, right? Danielle, why don't you walk through what the format of sprint is? Then we'll talk about the key things that we're going to work through in sprint. And then we'll talk a little bit about who it's for, who it's not, and kind of what you need to know whether or not this is right for you.
Yeah. So the format is designed to be what I would call an accelerator. This is not for the faint of heart. This is for people who are in it to win it. They are committed to making their goals a reality. But as we've talked about multiple times, we're not going to waste your time. So every hour that you spend will be hours spent on things that we truly believe are going to move the needle for you. So please know that there's zero fluff. We have cut out anything that is not absolutely critical for you if you're at this stage of business. Okay. So what does the format look like? It's going to be 90 days. Obviously, we've already talked about that. So 90 days, you're going to meet with me or one of our lead coaches, Kyrie. But the two of us in the last 2.5 years have coached clients from 0 to 6 figures, to multiple 6 figures, to 7 figures, and our 8-figure clients. You will be absolutely hard pressed to find anyone who's got a better track record of getting results than we do. And we've seen it across industries. So it's not like we're a one-trick pony. We can only work with this kind of person. We are able to look at your business, look at your unique goals, and help you craft a strategy. So you're going to get weekly calls with either myself or Kyrie in a small group of no more than 25 people. We want you to have enough people in the group to feel a community, to network, to connect, but we want you to also have enough time and attention to get the individualization that you need. So every week you have a call with either myself or Kyrie. That's a group call where we'll be answering all of your strategy questions and where we'll be helping you focus on specific aspects of, or ingredients, I should say, of growing your business at this stage. Now, you'll also get a weekly either recording or audio or workbook that you're going to actually be working on throughout the 90 days. Again, we're going to help you strategically focus on only the things that move the needle, because we gain nothing by you getting no results. We want you to leave this 90-day sprint and be like, holy crap, I can't believe I just did that. I tripled, quadrupled, 10x, 20x my revenue. So we're going to give you focused tasks, trainings, and implementation steps every single week. You're going to get to work on those. And I would say it'll probably take you on average an hour. Some days it might take you more. Some days it might take you less. But I'd love for everybody to say, I can commit to intensive working on my business for at least 1 hour a day. Some of you have more. Awesome. Kelly and I both started businesses while we were working full time. We know the side hustle struggle, so we got you covered. So you'll have a focused piece of content to learn and to implement throughout the week. You will have a weekly coaching call with either myself or Kyrie. And then you will have a one-on-one call with us one time each month for the 3 months that you're with us. Because we know that, again, everyone's coming at different stages of business. So that first one, we're going to nail down your strategy. That second one, you're going to be doing so many things. You're going to want to get on that call and say, okay, Danielle, this is where I am. This is what I need. What's next? Or I'm all up in my head about XYZ. Help me get out of it. So we're going to help you on those one-on-one calls, get the specific intentional focus that you need in your own business. So you get the weekly training and focus. We're not going to jump. This is something that's really important. And we have programs that are for people over 6 figures. They're a year long. We have massive membership sites with trainings on literally everything you could possibly imagine for the rest of your life. We love content, but what we know, and some of you confirmed this earlier on today's session, is that sometimes you get into a mode of consuming and you don't take action, which is why we're not giving you hundreds of pieces of content to consume. We're dripping out content as you need it. So you focus on implementing only the things that need to be implemented at the time. Okay. So you get the content dripped out, you get our weekly group call, you get a monthly one-on-one, and there's a few spots left. If you are one of the first 35 people to join us, either pay in full or payment plan. We always do this for only pay in fulls. So y'all, this is probably something that will never happen again. If you join us and you're one of the first 35, you're going to actually get a 2-day in-person event. Now, I saw my friend Sabrina here, who just came to a 2-day event with me in Charleston. So Sabrina, if you're still here watching, I don't know if you still are. If you are, if you could drop a comment and let me know how that event helped you, how that event, was it worth the cost of investing? Let us know. This event is going to be a deep dive, number 1, in strategy. This event is going to be a deep dive and really, really looking at your next steps, because we're doing it towards the end of our sprint. So we're going to look at exactly where you come from, exactly where you're going, and what's next for you. So it'll be absolutely pivotal in how you continue to scale past the initial 90 days. But it's also where you're going to make the friends who you will talk to for the rest of your life. Because let me tell you, if there's one thing, and I'm a people-y extrovert, and I will tell you that I stayed teaching for a year longer than I probably should have, because I didn't want to have to be alone in business. I wanted to be with people. So I know that there's nothing more powerful than a community of people who understand what you're doing, who support what you're doing, who can shout you out in a Facebook group. Hey, does anyone know a great copywriter? Oh, check out my friend Danielle. She's amazing. I understand the power of that as you build your business. And that's what you're going to be able to do at that 2-day event. Aside from obviously all the strategy and cool stuff we're going to do, that's where you're going to build those relationships. So weekly content dripped out with specific and intentional focus, group coaching every single week, one-on-one call every single month, and a 2-day event if you are one of the first 35 to join us. So Kelly, why don't you share a little bit about the outcomes? What can they expect? Oh, you're muted.
As we all know, you have to do the work for the work to work for you. But what I can say without a shadow of a doubt is we have literally scanned the landscape across hundreds and hundreds of clients and looked at the similarities and the crossover points and the different types of learning styles, the different types of engagements. We work with clients one-on-one, in small groups, in big groups, in masterminds, in memberships. So we run programs across the entire gamut of the different formats that can and do work in the adult learning space. But what we have pinpointed above all else is that for people at the stage of business that are not yet making $20,000 a month in recurring revenue, that's $250,000 a year business, right? We want to get you to $250,000 business, because as I mentioned earlier, there's a very distinct pivot point that happens when you do that. You're taking home a salary. You are now able to be the breadwinner in your family. You are now able to invest in team. You are now able to invest in advertising. And what that means is you are ready to double down for quantum leaps to scale to the $1 million mark and beyond. The problem is that most entrepreneurs start working on things that are completely disjointed from what will actually get them there. A big focus in this program, obviously, is going to be quadrupling. Some of you will even 10x your revenue. We can't guarantee that. You have to run the reps. You have to listen to the coaching. You have to do the work. You all are adults and you know that. However, what I can say is, have we done it before? Hundreds of times? Yes, absolutely. For those of you that choose to lean in and be that business athlete that runs the reps and really absorbs the coaching, that's absolutely viable and possible for you. I think that having accountability for what you're not going to do is just as important as having accountability for what you are going to do. So I want to be really clear about that. One of the biggest benefits of this program is that you are going to pause, stop, delete, delegate so much that you're doing in your business right now that is keeping you stuck, struggling, and burnout. We got to stop that. Because we are energy dealers, right? Our business runs, it's fueled by energy, it's fueled by connection. And so if you're doing admin and working on funnels and we're creating your own Canva graphics and trying to build a website and going back and forth with contractors overseas and exhausting yourself mentally and physically with all of these things that, as you now know, do not move the needle in your business, what that means is when you do need to show up in a way that engages and attracts and magnetizes and converts your ideal client, you just don't have it. And unfortunately, energy is something you can't really fake, right? There's an intuitive feeling that comes through the screen, through the camera, through the microphone that absolutely is essential, required, and necessary to build a brand online, especially in a service-based business where they're literally buying you, right? They're not just buying a physical widget. They're not buying a lip gloss or a phone. They are literally buying you, which means that energetically you need to be present. So one of the huge benefits of this program is that you're going to learn how to unravel and peel back all the things that either don't work, aren't necessary, or don't match your stage of business. You're then going to massively narrow your focus in to only the essential things that are going to move the needle that actually impact your bank account, right? Profit producing activities. Profit producing activities. And by the way, the number of profit producing activities in your business, you can count on less than two hands. And so, that is a really essential part of this. But again, and I've been doing this for a really long time. And I think above all else, and we will walk through once again all the things that you're going to work on, what you're going to learn, what you're going to implement, what we're going to teach you. And yes, that's important, but a huge, huge thing not to be underestimated: clarity and confidence. I cannot even express enough. I see people come in to our world and they're like this little flower, right? And we see in them the ability to be this like amazing, gorgeous, bloomed, full flower. And all you need is a little bit of water and some sunshine and some people breathing confidence into you that know what you can do and how you can do it, to give you that support system, that community, that energy, that belief. And it's the ability to also bring, hey, I'm stuck. Hey, I'm overwhelmed. Hey, this is the thing I'm trying to do, and this is the outcome that I'm getting. What am I doing wrong? Right? So that instead of continuing to hit that wall over and over again, you're able to get over it, around it, and through it so that you can get a result. So I would say first and foremost, clarity and confidence to move forward aggressively and quickly with ease towards your end goal. That's the number one thing. Then beyond that, it's like, well, what are all the tangible things that you're going to learn, do, and implement that are going to get you the results, the dollars and cents in the bank account? So Danielle, you want to talk a little bit about some of those things?
Yeah, so we're going to walk you through, and again, we're not throwing this all at you at one time. These are things that we're going to roll out to you as you continue to move through the program. So we'll start with getting clarity around your offer, your niche, and your ideal client. I guarantee 85% of your problems will be solved there, because once you get clear on those things, you will have such confidence in the path forward. So that's number one. Number two, we're going to build your content ecosystem. I just coached our clients on this today, and it was so interesting because they have all of our content in the member site, and that one call, you could see every light bulb go off. It was like, what is the action you're taking? And even within our own community, we have to remind people again, hey, this is the thing you need to do. This is all you need to focus on. So we're going to teach you how to create a content ecosystem that actually attracts dream clients. I see lots of people posting lots of content that's lots of ridiculous. We are not going to teach you that. We're going to teach you how to post content that builds your authority, that builds your trust, and that brings in the right people. Then we're going to teach you lead generation strategies that are organic. Now, we love paid ads. We will tell you when you get some money to invest in paid ads, invest in them. However, everyone starts somewhere. You got to start doing organic lead generation. We've had our ads account shut down. Guess what? We don't worry. We have lead generation strategies we can implement immediately. We had some changes in our offers. Guess what? We told our sales team, go do the lead. Literally, we pulled this stuff out of what we teach our clients and said, here's what we go and do. So everyone needs to master lead generation. We're going to teach you how to do that. And there's going to be some co-working with that. So we're not just going to teach you. We're going to get on live with you and you're going to do it with us. So you can ask questions. So you can get us to read your messages. So you can get us to look at what you're doing. We want you to actually take action while we're doing it. So lead generation, leads are the lifeblood of your business. You can't sell without leads. You got to do it. Then we're going to do sales training. We talked about the one conversation close earlier, but we're also going to just teach you the whole sales process, how to build a database, how to nurture people in your database, how to get them on a call, how to close them on the call, and then how to follow up, how to build a really strong follow-up sequence. So we'll teach you all of that. We're diving into systems for delivering. Guess what? It's great if you make a sale. It's not so great if you make a sale and then you don't deliver and you don't keep the person you just sold to. Then you've just wasted all that time spent getting that client in. So we're going to teach you how to build out your systems, your program, your offer in a way that wows people, that excites people, that gets them ready to come back, to tell their friends about them. We're going to teach you all of that. And last, one of the things that I think is this isn't last, there's two more. We're going to teach you how to get visible. This is something we hear this. We actually heard this in March with our $1 million clients. We have a group of clients that are all over 7 figures. Some of them are over 8 figures. And even some of them said, we feel like the best kept secret in our industry. We don't want there is no best kept secret. That is not something to aspire to. We want everyone to know who you are. And we want you to be top of mind when somebody needs whatever it is that you do. So we're going to teach you the visibility strategies you need to get out there and get seen. And then lastly, we're going to help you build a team. Here's the deal. We have seen so many people make so many mistakes. We have never made a mistake in building a team, ever, ever, ever. That has never been the reality. I'm just kidding. We've made lots of mistakes, but we're going to teach you how to avoid those mistakes, how to hire people, how to keep them, what to hire. We see so many people bring in the wrong people at the wrong time without anything in place. We're going to help you make really smart decisions about, is it time to hire? What does that look like? Contractor? Do you bring in someone full-time? We're going to walk you through that whole thing. So you're going to do all of that in 90 days. So when I say this is not for the faint of heart, you got to show up ready to do the work. We have to be able to do the reps to get the results, but all of those things, you are going to be shocked as you dive in how simple they are. You're going to be like, here's the magic trick. And I'm going to say there is no magic trick. It's just this. It's just doing these things day after day after day. And so you don't have to be tech savvy. Kelly surely is not tech savvy. I don't think Kelly's ever sent an automated email out in her life. I think you're just fine there. You don't have to be a pro on camera. We're going to help get you confident and comfortable, but you don't have to. If you go back on my Facebook, everybody can go find me on Facebook, go back several years. You will cringe right alongside of me. It's cringy. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be willing to do the work. So we're covering all of that. Josette, fantastic question. When does it start? It starts next week. We're kicking things off. Our first call is Wednesday. You'll get the first email content mailed to you Monday morning. So it starts this Monday. So we want you guys inside. We want you to join us. Our 2-day in-person meetup is August 4th and 5th. So it's right at the end of this, but you'll get to join us in person. So Kelly, I'm throwing it back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have just some amazing ladies here tonight that are going to share their transformation story of quantum leaps at hyper speed. And I know they're waiting, so I'm going to pass over the floor. I see some other great questions coming on. Cherise, how are you? It's so good to see you. So I'm gonna let the conversation continue with you guys. But Cherise, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. We appreciate you so much. And I can't wait for everyone listening to get an opportunity to get to know you and what you're doing in your business.
Excellent. Thanks. It's so
Thanks,
great to see you
everybody.
guys.
Hey,
It's always a pleasure. Hey, Danielle, how are you?
good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thanks.
So, Sharice, why don't you tell us before we dive in? Why don't you tell us what you do, who you are, all the good stuff?
Yeah. Sharice Williams. I am a former ICU nurse. I am a holistic health and empowerment coach, as well as a business mentor for female clinicians. And that second piece, it all happened actually while I was in UE. So that's been very interesting. Kelly was talking about quantum leaps. But what I do on the holistic health side is I teach busy women how to heal their bodies with the foods that they eat, the thoughts that they think, and the words that they speak, so that they can prevent and reverse disease. And so, yeah, and on the business side for female clinicians, I help clinicians really identify how they can monetize their expertise and their talents and build a successful virtual business without sacrificing their health, their family, their joy.
Yeah, I love this. Yeah. Okay, Sharice. So give us a before and after picture. So tell us how you came to us and where things are now.
You know what? I don't even know how I stumbled across Kelly, but I'm so glad that I did because my life would surely look vastly different. So all I remember is somehow I found Kelly online, or Kelly found me. I don't know. We were connected, right?
And it was our content ecosystem.
Really, seriously. And it happened just when it was supposed to happen. It happened in 2020. I was doing some shifting in my personal life and professional life. And this was right on time because I really did not know really where to start. I was really just starting my business, the coaching piece of my business. I had been in business for a couple of years, but not the coaching aspect of it. And I would have just floundered. I would have just kept floundering. I probably would still be there in that same spot. And what I loved about it is when I decided to join. So I joined, I participated in a 5-day event, just like this one or much like this one. And I was floored. Number one, I'm like, I didn't know this. I didn't know things like this were out there, this type of support. And everything that I saw online, everything that was shared, you, Kyrie, and of course, Kelly, everything that was shared, I thought, okay, this is this good. On the outside, I can only imagine what it's going to be like on the inside. So it really was a no-brainer for me, even though I was in the very infancy stages of my business. I think that's why I say it's probably the best time, because I didn't have to go through a lot of mistakes that would have cost me time and money because I was in this program. And what I love, one of the many things I love about this program is that you guys have figured it out, and y'all continue testing. I mean, because nothing ever stays the same. Particularly in social media land, right? And the climate's changed from 2020 when I started till now. In fact, this is my second year with UE because it's just been that phenomenal. And there's just been that much growth. Kelly was talking about quantum leaps. I mean, it really has been. I've experienced quantum growth and started another business, and none of that, would have. I'm not gonna say none of it would have been possible. Maybe it probably would have all happened eventually. But at the speed in which it happened and the smoothness, literally it was, I'm not gonna say effortless. It's a business. It's a business. You have to do the work. But in terms of trying to figure out things, you guys just led the way. You led the way, and you continue to lead the way. Like I said, when things start changing in social media land with ads and with this and that, you guys, I love it. You guys do all the testing of it and say, okay, this don't
all our money,
right? and guess what? I appreciate this. I'm sure everyone in the program appreciates it. But you don't have to try to figure it out. It's laid there for you. There's a lot. There's a lot, but. Even with it being a lot, this is what I so appreciate. It's like hand select it for you, like little bits like, oh, you need this. Okay, you need this. Okay, you need this. And it's 100% customized to where you are. Oh, did I freeze?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Customized where you are. We got you.
Yeah, customized to where you are in your journey, in your entrepreneurial journey. And that's important.
It's very important in a world where everyone's trying to stick you into their one little strategy that works. No. We're not going to do So let me tell you a little bit about where people are right now. So we're offering a 90-day sprint. So they get to work with me and Kyrie for 90 days.
Best. Like seriously, you can want more. Go ahead.
Yes, so they get to do that, and we're handpicking the specific things they need to work on. This is for people who want to go from about 2K a month to that 15, 20K a month.
Yep.
They're probably really scared to make the investment. What advice do you have for them?
So here's the thing. To go from 2K a month to, what did you say, 15, 16K a month?
20, let's do 25.
15, 20, 25 a month. That's a quantum leap. Mm-hmm. And can you do it on your own? I mean, maybe. Mm-hmm. But why would you want to take that chance when you have the best in the industry there to hold your hand and guide you through the process? And I'm not going to say guarantee, but all but guarantee. I mean, you got to do the work, but it's handed to you. Like, do this, tweak this. Here's this. Tell me a little bit more about this. And it's custom. I mean, like, why would you want to take that chance? 90 days to go from 2K to 20K, even if it's 2K to 15K, that is a quantum leap. Yeah. And I mean, for me, that would be a no-brainer. 90 days is going to be before you know it. Yeah. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? That's a world.
That's literally.
We're in month 6 now. And I don't know about you, but I feel like January was just literally right around the corner. Spring break was right around. I mean, it just happened. And here we are literally halfway through the year. So 90 days from now to go from 2K to 15, 20, 25K, that's almost unheard of. Here's the other thing I love. It's not unheard of here. That's like every day. Yeah. That's an everyday occurrence. That's such a common occurrence. And that's one of the reasons why I love Kelly, all of you, the team Kelly, right? Because you are in a field, you're in an arena where greatness is expected. Greatness is, I mean, it occurs all the time. You see it happening all the time. It's not, she hit 15K. And then 10 years later, another person hits 15K. No, this is like every week. Yep. This is just a natural occurrence. That's how we roll. Yeah. That's the caliber of people that are in the program.
Yeah. And what I do want to point that out, because you represent this so well. And I want to be so clear. Cherise came in and did the work. She didn't wait for the magic. She put her working hands to the plow and did the work. She showed up for her business. When things got hard, she got help. She did the things that grew the business. But like she said, we were there to support her. We were there to guide her. We were there to hop on a call, give her some strategy, say, hey, it's okay. Hard times in business happen. And at the end of the day, there's great power in the communities that you surround yourself with. And when you put yourself in groups of people who aren't quitting, who are chasing big goals. I remember my first time being in the room with our legacy leaders, and people were like, I want to go from 1 million to 10 million. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so big. Like, it just makes you think so much bigger. And the power of that is going to be equally as powerful as the 90 days. So, Cherise, thank you so much for joining me. Any parting words for our crew here today?
Yeah, I would say I get it. It's scary. I told you when I started the program right around the same time I was starting my business. So I didn't really have a whole lot of, extra revenue. But I knew that I wanted to make a quantum leap. I'm not that. So here's the deal. If you're that type of person that kind of like that you don't like to wait around. You want to just get stuff done. You like to kind of skip it. If there's an opportunity to get to the front of the line, you would like that opportunity, right? You would like to accelerate your process and your progress. And if that is you, then this is the program for you, hands down. And yes, it's scary, but I would say instead of really looking and making decisions, this decision is particularly from a place of fear or doubt or worry, I really want you to step into that 20K a month woman, man, 20K a month business owner that'll be here 3 months from now. And I want that person to make the decision. Because here's the deal. 90 days from now, you're going to be like, why was I was crazy to second guess or third guess. Like, why? If here's the thing, once you get to that 90 days, you'll be so glad. You'll be wishing that you had started this sooner. You're going to be kicking yourself that, like, I can't believe I spent so much time, like, deliberating of whether I should do this or not. Man, you will be glad. So step into that person and make the decision from that mindset, because that's how you're going to get there. You're not going to get there by making the decision based on who you are and where you are in your business now. That's for sure.
Amen. Amen. I have nothing more to say. There you go. Told you. Thank you so much. I want to say it's nighttime. We don't always do these at night. So thank you. Number one, thank you for showing up and doing the work. Thank you for putting in the time to actually be the testimonial that comes on live. And then thank you, of course, for joining us tonight. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being part of the journey for the last 2 years. Really.
We love it. We love it. Also, your hair is looking great.
Oh, well, thank you. Every time I show up, I'm like totally different, right?
When I first met Sharice, I was like, oh my gosh, your eyeshadow is amazing. We met in person. So I'm just rounding it out with like, oh my gosh, your hair looks amazing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
Bye. I'll talk to you later. All right. We've got one more incredible guest who's going to join us, who is actually a good friend, because we love a little reality TV discussion up in here. So I am so excited to have Dr. Angela. Well, I'm going to let you introduce yourself because you'll do a way better job.
Woo-woo, talk about visibility. Everybody's going to know me by 2023. Hello, I am Dr. Frickin' Tran. I am a medical weight loss doctor, and I help busy, on-the-go females who are done with dieting actually be done with dieting, with diet, exercise, and a medical doctor all in one place. So, gosh, I'm so excited to be here, Danielle. For those of you guys who, really don't know me, I actually have been a client with Kelly since 2015. So I think when we meet up in Austin, I should get the OG T-shirt. Do you think you can hook me up with that?
I think I can arrange it. Yeah, there were 3. So Kelly always tells a story of how she started this company basically with 3 clients on a coaching call, and I think you were one of them, and Chris Trammell was the other, and they're still clients. So I do want you to tell us, Angela. So Angela, when you came to us doing a brick and mortar, I want you to tell us where you were, how that all transpired, and then what the trajectory was after that, because it's a pretty crazy story.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, so obviously I'm a doctor. I started my own practice in 2012, and I'm going to let you know, I do not have starting a business because I took chemistry and physics in college. I didn't even know what an MBA was. So, but here and behold, I started my business, and then I was losing money. I was working harder than my corporate job, and I literally was down to basically losing money to the point where, do I need to just shut down my business? And luckily, I ran across Kelly on a Facebook ad, and she was my last prayer. I don't know if where you guys are at, might be beginning, or you might be at that point where I don't know what the heck I'm doing, and maybe I should go back to get a job. Don't go backwards, okay? I literally hopped on the call with Kelly, and I kid you not, I didn't have money to invest in her program. I literally closed my eyes. I physically covered my eyes, and I hit sign on the contract, knowing I have 30 days to make my first payment. That's it. That's all I focused on. Okay. And I tell you guys, in less than 90 days, I doubled my business. Okay. By the end of the year, I almost doubled again. And today, fast forward, hey, guess what? I shut down my brick and mortar office in the middle of the pandemic, and we're on to 8 figures in 2023. So
for y'all that are doing the math, that's over 10 million. So I want to just stop. Let's reverse. Put this car in reverse. She was losing money every month. So that's not even zero. That's negative. If you're really looking at numbers, to close to $10 million. Now, here's the deal. That took you time. And Angela is an incredibly hard worker. She does what needs to be done. But that's pretty dramatic if I do say so myself. So go ahead. I'll let you continue.
Yeah, I like I said, obviously green is a much prettier color than red. Everybody knows that. But I just want to let you know the difference in Kelly and Danielle and I go way back. It is all about the fundamentals. You
Mhm.
guys, you keep getting all of these Facebook ads and posts of shiny object, excuse my language, crap.
Mhm.
Okay? You cannot run a business with all of these like sales and marketing if you don't have the foundation in place. Okay. I actually kind of want to address Gabrielle. Thank you so much for putting that comment because she says that I'm not sure if I can figure out a service in 90 days is not enough, and should I be starting from scratch? Yes, because guess what? By the time you created the course, it actually doesn't work. Okay, you have to learn from people who already made all of those mistakes before you are about to make the same mistake. Okay, my best advice for you guys, because I know, yes, I was there. I remember $500 felt like an arm. It felt like, selling my child for a $500. The cool part about it is that, like, for me to be here, 10,000, I'm like, oh my God, that's so cheap.
Mhm.
It's so worth it to have that thinking pattern. And
Mhm.
if you guys take one thing away from me, you have to be your own best client
Mhm.
to run the business you want to.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking, this investment just feels scary, or I don't think I can do it, or I think I'm going to fail, hey, guess what? Your clients are going to do? You're going to have the same mirror effect. So you get to stand in your power and say, I believe in myself. This
Mhm.
really is not investing 10,000 in Kelly. This is investing 10,000 in me. And guess what? Yes, you are going to fail, but you
Mhm.
get to fail with people who know your mistakes and can get you back up and running much faster than if you were to do it alone. So I hope you take that to heart, because I've been there and it is so worth it to be where I am today, all because of Kelly.
Yeah. And I'm going to add to where in the 90 days, I mean, we've helped people figure out an offer and a niche in like a 10-minute conversation. Literally.
Totally.
I know that sounds crazy because so many people spend so much time. Kyrie and I, Angela, Kyrie and I are running this. We're going to be the ones coaching doing that. We have literally done that for people on a coaching call, a group coaching call in like 7 minutes, and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So it feels so big. It's not so big, I promise. And Gabrielle, I think you're going to law school. Aren't you going to take the bar soon? So I feel like, don't worry, we got you covered. But Angela, so Kyrie and I are kicking this off on Monday. This is specific, tailored focus for people who want to go from about 2 to 3K. They're kind of in that low thousands per month, and they want to go to 10, 15, 20,000 per month. Our goal is to get them there in the 90 days. Tell me your thoughts on that, because you've had massive growth like over these years, but you had really quick growth pretty immediately. Tell me kind of what you would share with them about that.
Yeah, 100%. It is all about following a sequence.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Kyrie and Danielle are going to actually give you the right sequence. Because guess what? Doing the wrong sequence is actually going to cost you more money. And guess what costs more than money? Time.
Mm-hmm. You will spend a lot of time doing stuff.
Okay. So, I wish Kelly was here and I was ready to say, last year, in the 2 years before we were in pandemic, we were all trying to survive. We were playing defense. What am I going to do? Just kind of hang out. Hey, guess what? This year, everybody's freaking out. It's the recession. But, all of us here in the legacy leaders and all of those who are 7 figures and above, it's time to play offense. Guess I hate to say it, the rich get richer for a reason because they're always looking for opportunities. So this is actually the time while everybody is crunching down, freaking out. I don't want to spend money. I don't know what's going to do. Hey, guess what? We're going to push to the front of the line and we're going to skip, because if you're following the crowd, you're going the wrong way. So you guys are in great hands. I've worked with Danielle and Kyrie for many, many years. They're pretty much family at this point
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to they treat my business like their business. So as much as we love spouses and moms and aunts and cousins who all want to give you business advice,
Who've never run a business.
yes, when they don't even have the place for it, you have to hang out with people who know what they're doing. Otherwise, you're just going to say, well, why did I do this in the first place? And it's not worth it. So you got to hang out with the right crowd.
Love that, Angela. Thank you so much for joining us. I don't know if you're watching Real Housewives tonight.
Absolutely, 100%.
I know. But we appreciate you. I am so excited to see you in Austin. If you guys haven't already, go to kellyroachcoaching.com/sprint to sign up there, or you can book a call with your concierge if you have questions. Here's the deal. The in-person event, Angela, we're doing an in-person event for this. So at the end of the 90 days, they get 2 days with us. You've been to several of those. Tell us about those real quick.
Oh my gosh, those are game changers. I tell you, it is literally this whole like atmosphere and coming together. I mean, the true definition of a mastermind. And we get together, and these action steps literally just alleviate all of the barriers, and boom, you start to just jump, like they say, quantum leaps. So these in-person events are just so valuable. So you gotta get in now, because it's totally worth it.
Awesome. Thank you, Angela. We appreciate you. I'm going to answer these questions. I see them coming in. 2-day event is in Columbia, South Carolina. That's where I live. It's not the most exciting place on the planet, but it is going to be a good time, let me tell you, because we have so much packed into this. It's about an hour from Charlotte, an hour and a half from Charleston. You can make it a weekend if you want to. It'll be great. It's August 4th and 5th. So if you need the dates, you can do that. For those of you who are like, is this for me? I'm not sure. Angela's a doctor. She was running a brick and mortar. Like, she turned her brick and mortar. She had an office until 2020. She was running a full in-house staff, all the things. And now she's running completely online. Good decision. Kelly tried to get her to make that decision for a few years. It took her a minute. COVID helped her out. So yes, we've worked with lawyers. We've worked with accountants. We've worked with every kind of coach on the planet. Angela's done coaching calls for us. She's actually like graduated into that. We've worked with people in industries I didn't even know existed, if I'm being completely honest. I'm sure you've been on a couple calls where you're like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing, but I guess it's a thing. So we've definitely had people from basically, every type of industry, all the professional services, all the coaching, done for you services. I was a copywriter. We've had other copywriters, graphic designers, VAs, agency owners, all of those things. So if you are providing a service, this is for you. If you're selling like products, I can't really help you out. But if you are offering any type of service, we can certainly help you there. So thank you, Angela, for joining us. I'm going to dive in for just a couple of minutes to the content for tonight. If you haven't already, go to kellyroachcoaching.com/sprint to register. First 35 people get the in-person event. And then we actually are going to, as soon as those are gone, we'll cut that off. You can still join us. We'll still have spots. We have 50 spots available. But only the first 35 can come to the event. So again, you're in groups of 25 when you join us. So there will be just enough to have a great community, but not too many where you feel lost or like a number. So this is a great opportunity. Again, the price will go up. I guarantee it. I promise you, because we're offering a one-on-one call. So I know that price is going to go up soon. If you want to get in, now is the best time. And for many of you, and this was the math I had when I started my business and started investing in different things like this, I had to do the math to kind of like calm my heart down, right? So if I make this payment, how many clients do I need to get to recover that payment? And for many of you, it will be 2 to 3. It might be 4 if you're on the lower end. Let's say it's 5. You have 3 months to get 5 clients, and you've spent 90 days learning the most critical skills that you will use for the rest of your business. I told you that our sales team still uses the lead generation strategies we're going to teach you. Our marketing team uses the same marketing strategies we're going to teach you. Have we added things? Absolutely. Have we just forgotten the old stuff? No. So at over $10 million a year in revenue, our business is still using these same principles. So I want you to know that these are things you're going to carry with you for life. Whether you do another sprint with us, whether you don't do it, you will literally be able to leverage what you learn in our 90 days forever. So just keep that in mind. You're investing in a skill set. Okay, so let's talk about the ingredients to rapid growth. Okay, there's a couple of ingredients. Number one, I talked about this earlier, but you've got to have a dialed in content ecosystem. And why I say ecosystem is that there are lots of people out there who will teach you one platform, one different thing, one specific strategy. And what they're not teaching you is how to create an omnipresent brand without being online all the time. How to build authority and trust in the market without constantly having your phone and video on, because who wants to live life that way? So we're going to teach you how to build a content ecosystem so that you're kind of everywhere, even though you're not really everywhere, okay? So that's really, really critical to success long-term. Now, here's why people don't do it. Number one, they don't do it because they don't have a strategy and they feel really lost about how to make it happen. Number two, they don't do it because people lack discipline. And I'm going to be honest and truthful with you here today. People don't do it because they lack discipline. And I will tell you that you can't be successful building a business if you don't have discipline to do the things that aren't the most fun and the times that aren't the most convenient to get the results you want. Now, how do you build discipline? You build it with accountability and by seeing the small steps of progress, okay? So those are the reasons people don't do it. Here's the deal. The third reason people don't do it is they don't do it because there isn't always an immediate result. Kelly and I both shared when we first started going live, it was crickets. There was nobody. We were not like, oh, I'm live and now there's hundreds of people watching me. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. So at the end of the day, we had to just build that consistency to be able to leverage the content ecosystem that was created. But building a content ecosystem is not only a short-term priority when you're building a business, it is a long-term necessity. It's what makes the most successful people in business be able to post something online one time and sell thousands of books or programs or courses. That's how they do it. They build a content ecosystem. They build enough of a following where they make those sales consistently. So that's number one. Number two, you need a consistent flow of leads. Nobody talks about this. They just tell you to post on social media and everybody will buy your stuff. Here's the deal. That's not real. It doesn't exist. It didn't really exist before, but it certainly doesn't exist now in a world where algorithms are brutal. And everyone, after 2020, everyone and their mama was online, right? Everyone is TikTok dancing. Like every celebrity, every breaking news has 5 million people commenting on it on social media. So we just don't live in a world where you can just throw something up on social and have hundreds of people come to you when you're starting out. When you build a really great content ecosystem over a long period of time, absolutely. But when you're just starting, you need to know where to find your people, how to connect with them in a way that's not like weird and gross and slimy, and how to start conversations. That is a lifeblood of your business. Okay. Kelly talked about it. It's conversations, it's consultations. At the end of the day, that is a critical ingredient to your success. And then lastly, the most important ingredient is a juicy offer that people absolutely want. You have to know how to solve a problem that people are willing to pay for the solution. You've got to understand how to structure your offer. You've got to understand how to craft marketing messaging. You've got to understand how to communicate on a sales call exactly how what you do will solve a problem. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, Danielle, I don't know how to do that, no worries. That's what we do here. We help clients do this all the time. So you've got to have those ingredients. They are non-negotiable. Do you need us to get those? No, I'm sure you can find them somewhere. I'm sure there are a million places you can Google, download, YouTube your face off. Do you want to have all of that wrapped up nicely in a bow to you, delivered 1 week at a time with a call with me or with Kyrie and a one-on-one call every month and a 2-day in-person event so that you don't have to waste all of your time Googling and YouTubing your face off? If you answered yes to that, join us. If you're like, no, Danielle, thanks, I'm good. I'm going to figure out lead generation. I'm going to figure out my content ecosystem. I'm going to figure out how to put my offer together, how to position it, package it, all the things. Go. We wish you luck. We want you to serve the world. Here's the deal. No one in our company is all about making money for the sake of making money. We want to help people. And the money we make, we want to use it to help people. We have a foundation where we have helped build a well in Malawi, where we donated to Black girls who code last year. We want to take the abundance that we're given and use it for good in the world. If that's you, if you know that you want to grow your wealth while giving back, join us. If it's you who says, listen, like Sharice, I think said it. I think it was Sharice. I want to skip the line. I don't want to Google my face off. Join us. Like, we would love to have you. So Rachel, girl, you know, I'd love it if you were in here. I think I've answered all the questions while we're here. If I haven't answered your question, here's what I want you to do. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. If I haven't answered your question, I want you to reach out to your concierge and hop on a quick call. They'll get on a call with you right now. They will answer your questions. And then I want to see some of you in Colombia. I want to see you guys here. And I want to be able to work with you over the next 90 days. 90 days. 90 days. You can do this. So if you have questions, hop on a call with your concierge. If you're like, nope, no questions, I'm in, let's go. You've got the link. You just click the little button, sign up. You're getting your first email Monday. Okay, so Monday morning is when we're starting. You'll get your first assignment. And then we are meeting next Wednesday. So we're kicking things off. You don't have to wait 2 months to get in here. You just got to get in here for the party. Okay. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I'm going to let you go because for those of us on the East Coast, it's 8 o'clock. I've got some Real Housewives to watch. I got to go check that out. Some of you are just eating dinner, just wrapping up work. Thank you for staying here with us tonight. We do have 2 bonus sessions tomorrow. I'm going to teach some bonus content on your social media platforms and optimizing your profiles to generate leads. So you want to join us back here at 11:30 tomorrow because you're going to get tons of value out of that. So I will see you guys back here later. And Rachel, I see your comment. I will check that in a few. All right, guys, talk to you later. Have a great evening.